today to review the PlayStation Vita and give you guys some of its cooler features. So here we go. We're going to start off by showing you guys the box of the PlayStation Vita. It's a very neat design, very kind of simple. Shows the PlayStation Vita on the front. And as you can see, it says over $55 in bonus value because of all the cool stuff on there. And not to brag, but I was the second person at my midnight launch, so it has the number 2 on the side. So next up, we're going to look at the Vita itself. It's a beautiful, beautiful console, and we're going to go ahead and turn it on. And it loads right to this shiny menu. And it's very nice, very easy to navigate through your different windows that you have open. So I'm going to go ahead and show you one of the cooler features about this. So if you hold down on any icon, it brings you into edit mode. You can click on the little background icon and change the background for each page. So let's say you want one page to be blue, the next one to be green, and the next one to be yellow. So that's pretty cool, and just not really a game changer of a feature, but definitely a cool feature. Next, I'm going to show you one of the craziest, coolest, most amazing games that I've played on the Vita so far. It's called Unit 13, and it's made by the guys at Zipper Interactive. So we're going to give it a second to load. While it's loading, I'd like to point out that if you do pick up a PlayStation Vita soon, the Wi-Fi 3G bundle does come with an 8GB memory card and a free data connect session with AT&T, and that comes with a free game as well, so you can pick up a game from the PlayStation Store and download that onto your system. So here we go. Console is loading. I keep saying console, but really it's a handheld technically. But the quality of the games, you'll see why I keep calling it a console. Touch to launch, which is the touchscreen feature on the PlayStation Vita. We're going to go to a solo mission. And right here, you'll be able to pick your character. I'm going to go as that guy. And we are loading the gameplay itself. You might want to notice that on the front of the PlayStation Vita, there is a front-facing camera, and on the back, there is a back camera. Of course, the dual joysticks, the light-up PlayStation button, start and select buttons, and a directional pad and buttons. The triangle, circle, X, square that made the PlayStation famous. So here we go. We are actually getting into the gameplay. And sneaking around. Looks like we got a couple of enemies, and we're going to go ahead and take them out. And with the dual joysticks, you can really get some amazing gameplay on here. So those guys got taken care of. And we're going to head up this ladder. I don't know if that's what we're supposed to do, but we are going to anyway. And they see me, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these guys as well. Where'd he go? Oh well. He's not going to get away. Oh. And down I go. So that's one of the more console-like experiences. Another very console-like experience is Uncharted Golden Abyss. It is a, it's not really a sequel, but it's more of a Uncharted port onto the PS Vita. And we're going to let that load for a minute. The graphics on Unit 13 are very, very good. And the same on Uncharted Golden Abyss. You can tell that these guys are really, really working hard on getting some amazing launch titles out. So here we go, and this is going to show us a pretty good example of the touchscreen capabilities of the PlayStation Vita. So we're going to play Chapter 4. And here we go. It starts out with Nathan Drake on the ground, taking a nap. No, not really. And he wakes up to find himself in a burning building. Seems like he does that a lot. So we are stuck in this room, and we are going to try to find our way out of the building. Alright, and here we go. We find ourselves trapped in this room. So we are going to climb up these boxes. And this is one of the more unique features of PlayStation Vita's touchscreen. As you can see, we're presented with a bit of a problem here, but no worries. We can climb right up the wall and go right on across by simply tracing the path that we want to follow with our fingers. Or you can, of course, use the traditional control methods. Next, we're going to see another Vita feature that's not exactly normal to consoles, and that is the accelerometer to balance yourself on this beam, and we regain our balance and continue on our way. So the building's on fire, and Nathan Drake's friend finds him. And the classic question, why is the building on fire? That'd probably be the question I'd be asking if I found myself in a burning building. So we find ourselves a machete, and we are back in action. So let's look for a way out of this building. So we walk around, and this looks like a nice way to get out. We'll swipe, swipe, swipe. Chop down that piece of fabric. And we are found in a burning area. Again, that's never good. So let's climb this little pipe over here. And as you can tell, there is some full-scale action in this handheld title. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our next game and our next feature of the PlayStation Vita that I'd like to demonstrate. And that is the rear touch panel. On the back, you'll see the triangle, circle, X, square, and a pattern all over the back. And this is your touch panel on the back. You can touch anywhere on this panel and it will register on screen, depending on the game you're playing, of course. But it all does some very unique things. It's used in some games to perform melee. It's used in some games to switch the shoulders that you're using. You know, different things like that. But in this game, it uses it in a quite unique and cool way, which I'm about to show you once it loads. And really, if you buy your PlayStation Vita, this is a demo, and you can get some pretty good entertainment out of just using demos until you can get a title that you're looking forward to. But there's definitely a good sampling of games on the Vita. So here we go. We find ourselves in like a little training park. And of course, you can run around and shoot in the normal way you would on a console. Or you can use the rear back panel. That's kind of repetitive, but rear panel and touch where you want to shoot on the goal, and you shoot there. So it's kind of a unique feature. So let's say you're running up, you want to draw the guy to the left and kick it into the right. You can do that with the back panel. Very, very precise with what you want to do, and you can make goals a lot easier. So that's one of the cool features of PlayStation Vita as well. Next, we want to talk about something that's not really necessarily part of the handheld, but something else. It's an alternate reality card. Now, the PlayStation Vita comes with 6 of these. This is just one. But you can use the back camera, which is right here on the PlayStation Vita, to look at these cards, and it can augment reality into the camera. So basically, you point it at this, and you kind of pan it around or whatever, and it stays right there. Uses kind of a tracking technology to do that. Some of the cool practical applications I can think of is, let's say you designed a cool costume in Little Big Planet, and you want to look at it. So you could basically hold the card and kind of, tilt it around with your Sackboy on the little box, and you can look at the costume that he's wearing. And now that's not necessarily a feature that they're going to incorporate, but I do think it would be a cool feature. So that's just about it for PlayStation Vita for now. Of course, it does have the dual joysticks, the buttons on the front touchscreen, back touchscreen, dual cameras, and a quad-core processor inside of it. Beautiful console, beautiful graphics, amazing screen, and I think that's just about it for our PlayStation Vita review.